So. Good morning and welcome back to our Portuguese homestead. Today I want to take you on a little walk on the other half of our land, which is still quite overgrown, a little bit wild, but slowly turning into something really beautiful. On this side we have a wall which might have been higher at some point, but as you can see there are quite a few holes. Parts are just kind of tumbled over because of the wild boar, the javeli, that pushed through them. I don't know if we will ever get to restoring them completely, but for now they are a nice feature. What you shouldn't underestimate is how steep this hill is. It's quite the walk, quite the climb, but Puck was more than willing to come up with me. On this side, our neighbor also has a forest, which is a mix of oak trees and pine trees, and hopefully maybe in the future we can add that to our property so that we can have a bigger stash of firewood. Martin has also trimmed quite a bit of this hillside already, as you can see, and that means lots of nice new stuff is coming up, lots of grasses. Lots of things to slowly make it into a forest ground. Oh. Ja, je bent heel sterk. As we walk up further, the wall is slowly becoming less of a wall and just a collection of rocks all over the place. Bo is very ready to be at the top, as you can hear. We're almost there. Over here you can see one of the cork oak that was peeled last year. It did a pretty good job, I think. And the next time will be in about 8 years. This stone marks our top olive field. We have a second smaller olive field on the top with lots of older trees, which is very nice. Last year they were full of olives, but this year they have a year off. But hopefully next year they'll be back in business. Ja, Bo. And then once we get up there, it was very much time for a little drink.
Mooie dikkers. Mooi.
Over here I'm walking into what all of the property used to look like. Very tall rock rose and broom mixed with some tall lavender. Very poor soil on the bottom. Not very good, as you can see. But slowly but surely it's becoming very nice thanks to all the oak trees that are already growing in between all this mess. Kom Buk, we gaan weer die kant op.
Auw.
Oh. Mhm. Ja, daar kunnen we eruit. And then Puck was over it and went back to the kitchen. Part of what's coming up over here as well is lots of this beautiful pink heather and some camperfoelie you can see in the back there. Lots of beautiful flowers and lots of good food for the bees in different seasons. And then over here you can see our cornerstone, which is very distinctly a cornerstone because it's perfectly square, and this marks one of the corners of our property. I like this part of the land because even though it's still quite wild and overgrown, the views are stunning. You can hear the road a little bit more over here, but that doesn't take away anything from the view, I think. And Louis always has an excellent time when we go for a walk. He just runs around, sniffs everything, and really enjoys himself. And then in this corner of the land we have lots of rocks like this just coming straight out of the ground, with lots of lichen growing on them, which is a good sign because lichen only grow where the air is very fresh and clean. Do you think anything was ever written on here? underneath all these brambles and other things, there is the channel that borders the other side of our land. And next to there are lots of beautiful terraces in kind of a little valley. They're all overgrown, and our neighbor hasn't really seen anyone there for a good few decades. So in the future we hope to make them part of our property as well, because they're just really nice terraces. There are a couple wells on there and some very good old fruit trees, but we will only do that once our own land is taken care of the way it needs to be. But I like these channels because they look nice, and they're all part of the water management of the olden days. And I can only imagine how much work it was to build all these.
Ga maar, Louis. Ga maar die kant op.
Over here is our second small pond. It's still empty because we haven't had some good rain, but hopefully it will start to become an actual pond soon. Over here on this side of the hill, we're thinking this might be a good spot for our future home. What do you think? And then here on the right side you can see we have another few olive trees because we needed more. They're all on quite a steep slope, so they're a little bit of a challenge to pick, but we're not complaining with all these beautiful olives. And there we are back home. It's quite an adventure to walk this side of our land. it's always fun to see the new things that have come up and how the trees are looking. Slowly but surely becoming a beautiful forest, I think, and possibly a good place to build our future home. For now, I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next Sunday.